Thanks for your patience. So this is my long-awaited bag battle of the Sandast James Original Tote, their bestseller, and the new James Petit. So a smaller version of the original. And what took so long? So I wanted to make sure that I had a really good feel for both bags, because the question that I get when I have a post on these bags or on Instagram is, which one should I get? And so I wanted to make sure that I had a really good appreciation for the differences in both bags before I shot this video. So that is part of the reason that it took so long. But the good news is we are here and we are going to get into it. So let's just talk about all the features on the exterior that make the bags different besides size. Okay, so this is the front of the bag on both, and you can see it's very similar. The only difference is on the original, we have a magnet closure and the pocket is significantly deeper and it's open. On the Petite, we have a zipper pocket here. Not as much depth to the pocket, and then obviously a little bit smaller. And you see here, let me move this out of the way, it appears to be a snap front closure additional pocket. That's actually just for decoration. And I do appreciate that because it kind of makes it the front of the bag by adding this little piece here. So on the front, the only distinct differences are the magnet closure versus the zipper closure. So let's kind of talk about the top a little bit before I turn to the side here. One other thing is on the large bag, you'll see that there's these two snaps. So what these do is sort of allow you to pull the bag open really wide to slide something in there. And then once you get it in, you can use this to sort of snap it, and it kind of keeps the bag together and tight. And so it makes it more compact and easier to carry. A lot of times I have to do that to get my laptop in here, but I leave it unsnapped and it's totally fine. So that's the differences on the front. Let's move to the side. There goes my beautiful rock sculpture. Probably not the best place for it. We'll set that to the side. Okay, so to the side, they have both sort of stretch pockets. And you can see by stretch, I mean, there's additional folds of leather here, so they have the capacity to expand. This was one of the #1 questions that I got, which is what fits in the side pocket. And so let me just show you. On the large, I have a full-size swell bottle. The other thing to note is that I also have the bag stuffed to the gills. One of the things I wanted to show you was the capacity difference in terms of what can you carry in the large versus the small. So even when this bag is stuffed to the gills, I can still get a full-size swell bottle in the large. I cannot do that on the Petite. And you can see that I tucked a leather flask in here, mostly for perspective. Hopefully you believe that. No, it really is just for perspective. I don't walk around with a leather flask. This is about, and you can see I'm pulling pretty hard here, this is about the most you can get in there in terms of width that'll actually go in there. And let me put this to the side and just show you, because I know people, even when I say like, hey, I can't get it in there, they're like, are you sure? Here it is. And it's really tough. It kind of, I mean, I guess you, now I almost have to eat my words. I guess you kind of could cram it in there, but it's really tight. So I'm going to kind of say it fits with an asterisk. But in any case, that's the difference in size. It goes in really easily on the large, very snug fit on the small. And let's turn to the back. And I swear it's funny because when I did this earlier, because I was testing it for you, it didn't go in there. So it stretched a bit. On the back, it's very similar. Both have the zipper closure. In terms of the depth, it's similar. Obviously, it's longer and wider on the bigger one, but the depth of the back is similar. Both of these have their lined pockets with their traditional plaid. And let's flip around to the other side. Similar pockets here, and just for perspective, I showed you how I actually carry them and what I pack out in here. I love, love, love these side pockets for the phone. I actually think it's so much easier to carry your phone in a side pocket, because when you're carrying the bag, it's just natural to reach here instead of trying to get it out of the front. So that's my preferred place, and it works out really well. It can obviously fit a larger phone. I have a Samsung Galaxy S7. For perspective on the large, because it can hold more, I shoved in a really fat wallet just to show you that if you wanted to put that in there, you can. But let me set this to the side. And there's one other thing that I want to mention, so I'm going to turn it back sort of this way. This one's inscribed with the handmade date, and so if any of you notice that, it's just a nice thing so that you have sort of ownership of the bag and when it was made. And then on the larger one, let me spin it around. If you are lucky enough to get this, I got the one of 100 for the James Tote Tan from 2018. That's what this is. And so there's an ownership and a craftsmanship element to that, right? Saying I made this bag on this date. It's a limited bag. They don't make more than 100 of any color in any 1 year. And let's talk about color for a second, which is sort of a nice segue. So this comes in, and we're going to test my memory here, tan, which is what these bags are, cognac, which is a sort of cherry undertone, black, and navy. So this bag, tan, cognac, black, and navy. This small one comes in tan, cognac, navy, and then it comes in orchid. This is the Sandast wine holder that's amazing. I actually have it stuffed with one of my favorite winery wines, Arista. It's like artisan on artisan, because Arista doesn't adulterate their wines. They don't sweeten it. They don't add things to it. It's sort of the beautiful fruit of the grape in its natural state. And I feel like that's the same with Sandast. But anyways, I don't want to get too into the wine. So here we go. This is the orchid. So this Petit comes in orchid as well. And then let me show you one other thing. Here it is. This is Sandast also. This is their simple wallet. This is cobblestone. So here it is for a color comparison, and I'll put a couple of still shots so you can get a perspective. And let me put that to the side. All right, so let's get into the bags, and I'm going to talk to you while I do this. This one I kind of think has been, for me, this amazing prized work bag, the original James Tote. It was originally designed for Blake Lively as her baby bag, so it, you know, diaper bag, what have you. It's that stylish bag that can stay with you from when you have a baby to when you go back to work to when you go away for the weekend to all of that stuff. It's just a very versatile, large bag. And so for me, I'm long past the baby phase, but it's been the most amazing work bag. And it's also a wonderful weekend bag. And so I sort of packed it out more as a weekend bag just to show you. And I'll show you what fits in this bag. It's incredible. And so let me just do this so you can kind of appreciate. I have stuffed it to the gills. I do this for perspective, so you can see this is just a plastic banana, but that way you can kind of get a sense of how big is the bag, right? I obviously have the measurements for you, but it provides sort of a nice perspective on size. Okay, so this is the James Original, and I've packed it like I'm going away for the weekend. So I have in here pajamas. And if you know who you are, no comments about my pajamas, thank you. I have in here my reading glasses, and I packed in, this is a men's small Patagonia down jacket. So it's actually huge, but it stuffs into its own pocket, and so it's great for going away because it doesn't take up that much room when you pack it. And then I put in the bottom of this bag this full-size DOP kit. And that took up the lion's share, but obviously you need your toiletries when you go away. And then I put in this bag also a 9x13 inch laptop. So a couple of things. The divider pocket in the large, it's pretty much the exact width of a 9x13 inch laptop. So I normally have the dongle here for my mouse. I actually have to take the dongle off to get it in that pocket. That's what a precise fit that it is. I also need to unsnap these tabs here and sort of push this leather out in order to get it in, but it slides in very easily, as you can see, and it's nice having your laptop sort of up and away. If you don't travel with a laptop, it's perfect for like your tablets and your gadgets and all that other stuff, as well as your cords to kind of keep it away. And let me set that to the side. And then I have sort of like odds and ends in this zipper pocket, but nothing to speak of. So this bag holds a ton, and it also comes with, they both come with it, but I'm going to show it to you. It comes with the optional shoulder strap, which can also be carried crossbody. and let me show you. It's affixed to be a D-rings here. I almost never, I think I've actually never carried the giant bag with a crossbody. I have done it on the small bag, but just for me, I tend to pack this bag out because of the weight, and so I find that a hand or a shoulder carry is more ideal on this larger bag. Let's get into the small bag, and when I have them both empty, I'm going to talk about the differences on the interior. Okay, so the other one I packed out with, this is a men's small, it's slightly larger. I packed this one out with a women's extra small, and I packed it out with, instead of a dop kit, a cosmetic bag, and a swell bottle. And then in sort of that interior pocket, which would normally on the big bag be the laptop pocket, but it's not big enough for that, I put sort of all my odds and ends, my small things that I want to wrangle. So my sort of mini, like first aid, I guess you would call it, kit, sunglasses, and then I do keep with the bag on the interior the longer shoulder strap when I'm carrying the small, because I do actually carry the small with this a lot. In addition to the hand carry. And then I have sort of odds and ends in the zippered pockets. But now that both bags are empty, I want to just take a second, I'm going to pull this out actually, and kind of show you the differences here. It's really pretty much just size. They both have a back zippered pocket. They both have a divider pocket. And then the main part of the bag is just sort of this open reservoir, and on either side there's what he calls kind of a kangaroo pouch. And if you watch my nuts and bolts where I show you the measurements in gross detail of each of these bags, you'll see what fits in there. And you can, it's a very snug pocket. And basically the most that you can fit in there would be, and it's kind of a nice hidden pocket because I don't think people know that it's there if you look in the bag. You could fit your phone, so if you're going to be traveling like on a train or someplace busy and you really wanted to tuck it away, it fits in there just perfect. Or cash or anything of that nature that you want sort of tucked and hidden away. But that's it. So each bag has 4 things on the interior: a zippered back, a divided open pocket, laptop size on the big, not so much on the small. It does go full length of the bag, not full height. And then you have those 2 sort of kangaroo pockets that are about almost the exact width of a Samsung Galaxy S7. So that is pretty much it for the 2 bags. I gotta say, this is easily probably my most treasured work bag, just because it is so insanely versatile. There's not too many bags where I could say, yeah, you could use it as a diaper bag, it could be an amazing work bag, or it could be a very, very stylish weekend getaway bag. Or if you're somebody that just carries a lot, it's a really nice tote to have. I took this into the office, and as you can well imagine, I got a lot of bags. But when I took this into the office, people in the hallway stopped me and were like, what is that bag? It's sort of a showstopper, not just for the design, which it's very smart, sleek design, but still a lot of organization, but just the look. The leather is vintage when it gets to you. The smell is unbelievable. There's no doubt that it's sort of top of the line full grain leather. There's the contrasting stitching. There's things like this. It's just, these are showstopper, unbelievable bags. The edges are burnished. This one I love for the weekend. I love sort of just taking it out. It's a really elegant, sophisticated carry. And it holds a lot for a small kind of, I don't even want to say delicate, because they're not delicate bags. I was really hard on both bags. And let me just hold them up like this. You can sort of appreciate the drop on both bags. And I'm going to put actually both of them on just for perspective, so you can see kind of the size, get a visual of the difference. But they're both just such nice bags. I'm comfortable with them in the grocery store. I'm comfortable with them in a nice restaurant. Perfect for travel. You know, it's a tough call for those people out there that are like, which one should I get? I'm not sure. But if you ever want to carry a laptop, then I would think that this one's probably more the bag for you. If you never carry your laptop, you could probably get away with the James Petit. And then one other thing that I wanted to do, because I had a lot of questions about the weight of the bag. So just for you guys, and it took me a while to find the right one of these because I had one before, I got this to measure the weight of each bag. So bear with me. We're going to sort of do this. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this exactly. We're going to do this together and figure it out. I'm probably going to have to let this flop like that. So this is the James Petit empty, and it's 2.5 pounds. So not lightweight, not super heavy, but keep in mind that everything that you see that's hardware is brass. And if you watched my interview, you know that he worked so hard to source genuine brass, not plated. And so this is the other one. Let me clear it out. Okay. So this is 4.5. So 2 extra pounds for the big one. And keep in mind that I did not have the strap. I did not have the, wait a second, keys. Let me do that one more time because I gave you sort of a false measurement there. So let's try this one more time. Harder to do than it looks. You're probably like, why is she struggling? Also, harder to find one of these. Here we go. Okay, so this is more like 4 pounds when my giant keys aren't in there. Okay, so that's it. This is the James Original. This is the James Petite. Hopefully that's helpful to you in terms of size. Stay tuned. I'm going to put a couple of stills just showing side by side what went in each bag so you can get a visual of what the capacity difference is. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, I'm back. One other quick thing. Somebody asked me in particular what a Yeti or a Contigo fit in these side pockets. I just wanted to show you. This is the 20-ounce Yeti Tumbler. The bags are empty, so keep that in mind. If you carry a lot, it may not fit for you. On the small, cannot get it in at all. And on the large, let's check it out. That fits actually really nice. So this is the 20-ounce Yeti Rambler. Goes right in there. So perfect for your commute if you're willing to risk that. Although I will say the Yeti closes very well. So I wouldn't be too worried about my coffee spilling. But check it out. Fits very nicely. Okay, now I'm done. Thanks for watching.